So long as like alchemy.
Early start in Orlando, and KD came out with an attitude, very aggressive getting to the basket, peeped the and one. I think he had 3 on the game, but he got anywhere he wanted, and I liked the little bit of swagger he entered the game with. It was very clear that Kerr had a talk with them, and this is an Orlando team who had lost 9 in a row. You see KD, the dunk, but they had just beat OKC, and the Warriors found themselves in a dogfight they didn't necessarily want to be in at Staples the other night, so it was important to get off to a good start, and that they did. Steph from outside, and he would hit his first couple shots. The hand was still wrapped. You can see the little step back fadeaway, and Vucevic was very quiet, but he splashed in his face. You'll get a little look at the hand wrap here. Elfrid Payton, though, a very physical, aggressive guard, and I like how Steph handled it. I'll touch on it a little bit later. As good of a start as we got off to, though, Orlando used the 3-ball as the great equalizer. Fournier, 4 threes on the night, and he's quietly a nice scorer for them now. Gordon doesn't have the first step Ingram has, right? He needs to kind of be in motion and catches and shoots a lot more effective. But again, Fournier has every trick shot in the book. The floaters, the runners, the one-handers, and the 3-ball makes him a lot quicker than he actually is because you have to respect his pull of the trigger anywhere on the floor. Again, KD just bullying his way to the rim, the little flip and one. And like I said, I liked the attitude early against a young Orlando team. Remember in the previous matchup, Vucevic had a huge game from the mid-range with the jumper, and he really didn't get a lot of touches. Draymond, great dime. Zaza might have just had his best game of the season. Now, I want to introduce you to Zipatch. Now, Zaza was drafted by the Orlando Magic, and no doubt he had a little extra juice when seeing his former and first team. Now, Jonathan Simmons now starting for Orlando. Terrence Ross out with the stress fracture. Honestly, Simmons, the better player, but what it does is it really weakens their bench. He was their lead guard off the bench. KD finds Zaza again. Now, he only had 6 points, but 8 rebounds and 4 assists. But I think it was overall his best performance, and I hate having to say this every damn time. Maybe I'm just going to stop, but KD rolls the ankle, right foot. Is it the shoe? Is it too loose? All the speculation. Now, I just find it a little interesting that, we're resting Iguodala tonight. You rest D West. You rest all these guys in the last few weeks. KD keeps spraining the ankle, but yet they keep leaving him out on the floor, and it makes me question how much control does Kerr really have over Kevin Durant. So he's still on the floor. I'm keeping a hawk eye on him. Watch Draymond with the rub route screen, just pushing Simmons out of the way. So to KD's credit, he did move well. I did catch him moving a little gingerly and flat-footed. Zaza, though, man, like I said, best game overall. Look at him create the patience, the little drop-off. Clay just keeps getting buckets. Now, I brought up Elfrid Payton and how aggressive and physical he is. And I love this. You see Steph here with the open 3. They fall asleep. But he was putting his hands all over Steph. And watch this play on the baseline. Steph's running baseline, and watch Steph just shove him off. He gets the offensive foul, but sometimes you got to take that foul, right? Establish that you will not get bullied. So the rotation was P-Mac and Jordan Bell in the first quarter. And now, thoughts from Clay. Can I sneak snacks into Disney World? Deep pocket cargo shorts. Should I invite JaVale? Nah. KD, now watch him pass. No, it's a shot. And that's just when you talk about God-given talent, right? He changes his mind in midair, and this man Fournier splashes another 3. Like I said, 4 of them, but he really kept Orlando in the game. I believe he had like 17, 18 points in the first half. He was their lifeline offensively. Steph to the lane, and again, now he's letting Payton know, and this is what I'm talking about. It's not about the refs. It's about letting young Payton know, who I believe is mentored by Gary Payton, no relation, just letting him know, like, bruh, you can't bully me. I'm a 2-time MVP. Stay in your lane. KD, another find. Omri splits the lane for the layup. But not only did he establish, like, you can't bully me, he understood how to score against him. He's overzealous. He's over-aggressive. Watch him put him on his hip, CP3 style, patient, dump off to Bell at the basket. And the whole team really understood how to use Orlando's athleticism against them. But I think this could be a step moving forward that Steph can use to fire himself up, Get a little feisty, get a little agitated with the guy who you're going up against to give yourself that extra energy, on an early December night in Orlando, right? So, Elfrid caught himself kind of tugging on Superman's cape. So to close the quarter, Aaron Gordon, the Bay Area product, switched out on Steph, and the chef's in the kitchen. Biyombo, you have some too, 28-footer to end the quarter. And like I always say, styles make fights. David West had a rough sequence here to start the second quarter. Orlando, very young, very athletic, very quick, and David West was having trouble in the pick and rolls, the switches, particularly DJ Augustin. He had a rough call, and then Jay Cutler type pass, 2 safeties deep. Draymond, and I don't know why I keep putting these in the videos. I think I'm going to make a montage of him and send it to him, but he just can't help himself, right? Won a game where it's just a what are you thinking type pass. Clay's like, man, my feet are set. You know the shit's wet. I'm trying to get to Disney World. Y'all clowns messing around. Omri now fully established within the second unit with the mathematical arc on the 3. The higher the ball goes, the more surface area for it to drop through, right? Something like that. Now, here's a little Achilles heel with this roster. If you notice, DJ Augustin, Ish Smith, these little water bug guards, they're like 6 foot and under, tend to give us trouble because think about our guards. Livingston, Clay, McCaw, Ig, they're all like 6'6". And these little water bug guards are hard to contain for our bigger, longer guards. Now, watch how quick Jordan Bell's first step is. My God, I didn't speed that footage up, but he had 16 points on the night, and I didn't realize that till the end of the, I checked the stat sheet here, but the brother shot 80%. KD, that's the 3rd and 1. I don't even know how that went in, but flex on him, K. Getting anything he wants. Is that Hedo Turkoglu in the background? Where'd they dig him up? But KD getting any and everything he wanted, and I love this. Now watch P-Mac not looking. So that turnover is on P-Mac, and a lot of times guys would get frustrated with the younger player. Not Durant. Next play down, swing pass, have the easy look in the corner for the youngster. And this is part of the culture in Golden State that makes it so appealing for other stars. Aaron Gordon, look at him, the little jump hop. I think that's the key to his new shot. It's the hop into the step. Draymond. But here we go. Alfred Payton, a nuisance of a guard, and I like him. He's never going to be a star, but he's going to be a player that a winning, contending team will have on their roster. Eric Gordon, the finish. Orlando hanging around second quarter. Draymond decided to chip in back-to-back threes, and I'm telling you, when it rains and pours, and we talk about size-up moves and patent moves, whenever you get hit right there with that behind-the-back pass, you know something's about to happen. McCaw, same spot, same results. 21 minutes, but it's not just the stats, it's the momentum plays. The Warriors have so many guys, it's not about the stats, it's about the plays and when they make them. Look at that dime to finish the half, momentum swings. Now, for predictable moments in a game. Zal rolling to the rim, Aaron Gordon looking from the weak side. What do you think's gonna happen? Zal gonna lay down a ferocious and 1? Or is he just going to get roofed because he's too slow? And I kid, man. Like I said, I love Za's game, but that was just so predictable. Why even make the play? And watch Draymond going to whine, stand still. And it let Orlando linger a little longer than I think anybody would have cared for. Aaron Gordon absolutely filling up the stat sheet. 29, 7, and 2, and this is the new action. Draymond in the post. Now, that's what it looks like when it's ugly, right? The mistimed pass, but Clay absolutely feasted off this Draymond post pass with Clay curling to the middle. Jonathan Simmons, I'm going to give him a little highlight. The bigger John Wall, so physical and aggressive, but his playing style, once again, doesn't lend to longevity just like John Wall. Steph, the hezzy, and then look at I know he's a religious man, but that pass was a prayer and a half. Za demanding, correcting, directing, and diming. Now, it's interesting. In the NFL, every week you see a guy get protocoled in the concussion thing. You see Steph knock noggins with the burnt rooster, and he's lucky to get back up after that collision, but there was no checking of any kind of protocol, which in the NFL, you immediately see that. I guess they're under a lot more scrutiny. Steph gets his bell rung. There he is. That thing probably stinks, y'all. And he just gets back up and just shows the toughness. Headed left, turns back right. Everybody's questioning the shot. The finishing ability, without a doubt, is at its best. Zaza, another one. And this was a season-high 46 assists, and part of this was the way Orlando was playing us. They were so aggressive out to the three-point line. You see Caspi understands what's going on, and then the soft kiss about as high as you can get off the glass. But Orlando, here's another time. Look at Fournier running them off in the floater, but it's like they're so athletic, and that's what I mean by using their athleticism against them. They're going to close out. They're going to recover, so an extra pass goes a long way. There's Gordon again, man. When he catches and shoots and is squared up, I mean, it's like, I don't want to say Clay, but that's what it looks like, right? Almost a 6'10" Clay Thompson, and that's just purdy. Fourth quarter, Steph, KD both sitting, and there's Draymond in the post again, and Clay curling to the strong side. That seems to be the new action they're trying to incorporate, and Clay got all he could eat from that area on the floor. I'm sure he's thinking, where was that the other night in Sacramento? There's the closer. I told you, man. Clay closing out. I told you where he wanted to go, right? KD, remember the ankle thing, so I'm like, all right, Steve, leave him on the bench, right? He's nursing an ankle, right, Steve? Right? No, I'm wrong. KD back in the game with 6 minutes left. He finds Bell, poetry in motion, one of the 46 assists. Now, there was a play where KD thought he should be shooting free throws. So the next time down he goes, he still doesn't get the call, and then he had enough, right? He's like, you know what? Fuck you, homeboy. Fuck you, homeboy, right? The 1T ejection for, I'm assuming, vulgarity, but the demeanor, I told you he seemed a little agitated from the start. He doesn't even stop at the bench, just keeps walking. KD checks out, and Kerr, there was no need for him to be back in the game, and then this happens. Maybe the greatest play of the season thus far. Throw it up for the lobitator, Jordan Bell. And honestly, these two lobs here at the end of the game were more disrespectful than the off the glass one. Watch this. It's a blowout, and they're running backdoor lobs, and he's posing on boys. So no chill from Bell and Green, and you know Draymond's going to feed into this thing. So a season-high 46 assists as we head to Florida. But now, remember, Miami nightlife before this Miami game Sunday could catch the champs. I'm out, y'all.